Mr. President, we are not asking for favors or shortcuts. We are asking for our constitutional rights, the truth, and the safe return of our dear husbands. If there is evidence, bring them before court of law. If there is none, let them go free, please. We appeal to the president to do what is just, allow the truth to be seen. We also appeal to the Nigerian military to remember its oath and its humanity. History and prosperity will remember the decision taken at this moment. We ask only for what the 1999 Constitution guarantee every Nigerian, that our husbands to be treated as innocent until proven guilty by a competent court of law. The allegation against them must not be used as tool or scapegoat. We want due process, nothing more and nothing less. To the Nigerian military, to the men and women of the Nigerian military, we are not your enemies. We are wives, mothers, children, and we struggle to understand how the same institution our husbands serve with dedication has now become the source of deepest pain. We respectfully ask for compassion, transparency. Grant us access to our husbands. Let us see them and know how they are safe and alive.
They are family, children of elderly people who have been detained. Some of these elderly people are people who have served this country for over 35 years and have retired. We even hear that there's an Islamic cleric that was also detained alongside many of these officers. In our estimation, from members of the families that we have spoken with, we hear that almost over 100 people have been detained, which is indeed very strange. Former President Obasanjo was accused of plotting a coup that he did not know about, he was not aware of. He did not do any meeting with anybody. He did not plan to overthrow Abacha with anybody. But he was accused of planning that coup. They were arrested and detained for several months in prison. If not for the grace of God, he will have died. You remember late Yaradua died during that process. He died in custody during that process. Late Muhammadu Buhari was also accused of planning coup. He was put in prison. In fact, I think he missed his mother's burial or something. He missed So, the people who are in government now should be careful. They may leave government now and somebody will accuse them in the future that they are planning coup. So, this is why we are saying that nobody is defending anybody. We are saying that where there is no genuine evidence, if there is coup, present them before a court of law. Lead evidence. Evidence is like smoke. It cannot be hidden. Lead evidence against them. But if there is no evidence, leave these people alone. Release them. Let them go and face their lives. So these are some of the issues that we just needed to bring to the notice of everybody. So please, the family will now speak. They cannot.
Some people were alleged to have committed these grievous offenses. Following that was 1995. We know what happened under Obasanjo when even Mustafa in detention was accused of plotting a coup because they said they found him buying a stinger. None of these things turned out to be true, but this country has lost too many lives. Yes. Sorry. This is a child, by the way, who hasn't seen his father. He's only 2 months old. Hasn't seen a father who's been detained for 5 months. This guy deserves to have his father back, and we can see his distress too. And we shouldn't live in a country where anything under a democratic society is done in secrecy. Even if it is true that these men committed these offenses, they have a right to be given an open, transparent, and fair trial in an open courtroom. You must therefore allow their families to visit with them and allow lawyers to prepare for their trial. That is how it is done all over the world. An allegation of a coup plot does not translate to guilt. That's our position. And we have done this in the past, and we are very sure that a transparent and open trial might reveal otherwise. And that is why the government of Bola Tinubu should not be afraid to make this open to all. So we are giving them an ultimatum to let these individuals that have been arrested, 120 of them, be allowed to visit with their families, allowed to see their lawyers, and be presented for trial if there are genuine allegations against them. What we have gathered from their families, as we've spoken to so many of them, is that there is no evidence anywhere just some high-level officials who are trying to buy the loyalty of the president and creating fear, what we call fear factor. That's how they control people in power, and claiming that this guy is committed an offense of treason. And I'll say lastly, I'm not a stranger to the offense of treason because under Buhari as a civilian, I was accused of trying to overthrow Buhari with my bare hands, trying to overthrow him by posting on social media. So I've seen these ridiculous charges before, and I know how government operates. We are asking that without delay, only two options are available to the government: release these men, if there's any women around with them, or and apologize to them, or present them for trial with immediate effect.